the last 25 years, the reptilians that are on the planet are responsible for over 30,000 children disappearing.
Sally will serve as a teaching assistant to grades 11 and 12. This isn't a metal robot that looks like a machine. Sally instead has lifelike silicon skin.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Dolphin Dreamhouse.
Yeah, you know what time it is. We're about to watch the strangest and most mysterious videos on the entire internet. But before we do that, let's smash that like button. You'll help run our numbers up in the algorithm. Subscribe to Dolphin Dreamhouse so you don't miss out on our future videos. And let's get right to it.
Well, here's you and your son. There you go.
Yeah, Manolo.
Manolo, that looks like some cougar thing. Do people believe he's your son?
Yeah, I mean, I try.
Jay!
I know.
I know, but I mean, when you see them together, it's hard to believe that he's your son.
It's not hard to believe.
I know. It's like, I love when people confuse me that they think he's my boyfriend.
Lord.
He hates it. He's like, no,
Well,
Mom.
yeah, exactly.
I would imagine.
I tell him, Manolo, it's like Aston Kutcher and Demi Moore.
Yeah.
Pause, rewind that.
He hates it.
That's Gaga, and she's the only one saying this is creepy. In February 2011, Jay the host pulls up a photo of Sophia and her son, her child, and decides to make a joke.
Oh, that looks like some cougar thing. Do people believe he's your son?
The room laughs it off because what else do they do when they're there? And the one person who acts like the normal person in the room is the last person on earth that you'd expect to be shocked. Neat dresses, her entire brand pushing every line that there was. So don't tell me it was a different time and everyone thought it was fine. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below.
If Lady Gaga is the voice of reason, we're all doomed.
Bro, we've got some serious issues.
Okay, hold on a second. I just found out there's a place in Texas called Rockwall, and it's a funny thing how this place got its name, and I can't believe this isn't being discussed more, but then also I can imagine because they don't want really this sort of thing getting out, I presume. They call it Rockwall because there is a giant rock wall underground surrounding the entire place. And it's said officially that this just looks like a wall, but really it's a natural formation. This guy, called Giants of Ancient America, says were portions of this prehistoric wall in Rockwall, Texas, the work of giants in ancient America. I mean, this thing is huge, and it's said to be quite deep. The official reports, who knows, but it's pretty deep. And they found strange, like, iron tools. I'm not saying this hammer thing, someone put that there. The thing above it is all rusty. Anyway, what do you think? And this isn't even mentioning some of the many different articles back in the day of interesting things they found when they're digging for houses, including giant bones. But of course, officially, they're all fake. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below and follow for more.
The reptilians feed off our fear. Is that true?
The Greys do and the Orions do. The reptilians tend to live off flesh. That's not an area I like to go into much. But according to the Andromedans, the last 25 years, the reptilians that are on the planet are responsible for over 30,000 children disappearing. I get in a lot of trouble when I talk in UFO circles about this. You can't talk about that, Alice. Why not? In Westchester County, New York, in the last 3 years, 5,000 children have disappeared without a trace.
In New York?
Westchester County, New York. Yeah. George Andrews, E.T. Friends and Foes, he's got a huge section in his book on that. And nobody wants to talk about it.
The news stands for North, East, West, and South. They broadcast spells to North, East, West, and South to a broad audience.
The CEO who runs ChatGPT actually seems excited to destroy the future of his own child with AI. First, he claims he was writing his son a letter every night, but that his lawyers made him stop, seemingly because he kept confessing things he wasn't supposed to about his work on AI.
I used to write my kid a letter every night. The lawyers eventually convinced me to stop. You just need something to talk to your kid about. So I would just tell him about my day and what was going on. And, you know, I was like, obviously a 5-month-old, 4-month-old baby is not going to understand these things. So I was like, you know what, I'll write them down. I'll give them to him later. Interesting thing about writing those letters would be like, you can't really hide anything. Like, you will be the most honest version of yourself and the decisions you're making in the thing you write to your kid. So I really loved doing it. It was like my every Sunday night ritual.
I imagine every night Altman tells his son a bedtime story that when he grows up, he can be anything he wants to, except for smarter than AI.
My kid will never grow up, will never ever be smarter than an AI. That will never happen. I don't think he'll ever be smarter than AI. It's the only world he'll ever know.
Altman dreams of a world where you drive your kids to school and instead of just talking to them, you feed their personal data into ChatGPT so it can AI generate a fake podcast about them. And finally, as you tuck them into bed the next night, don't forget to remind them that there'll be a devastating war of AI robots and humans that can only realistically be avoided if your kid merges their brain with AI.
The most likely good long-term future is some version of a merge. I think if you have the AIs and the humans, and they're both trying to enslave the other, and they both want the same thing, which is sort of dominant species in the universe, that's bad. Like, that's a recipe for conflict every time. Most of the sci-fi novels are versions of this fight, man versus machine, one way or the other. And I think we should try to avoid that. I think we're going to need something like that, so that we're one thing and it's not us versus the AI.
If only we could see what was in those letters.
Yeah, he probably just had ChatGPT write it for him, so I doubt there's anything good in them.
But yeah, what a way to give a kid a complex for the future.
Her name is Sally. She's a 5'2" humanoid robot that'll begin working this fall at Salamanca High School in Western New York. Sally will serve as a teaching assistant to grades 11 and 12. This isn't a metal robot that looks like a machine. Sally instead has lifelike silicon skin, long brown hair, and facial expressions designed to look surprisingly human. The school district says Sally is not replacing any human teachers. Instead, she's meant to work alongside them as a teacher's aide. But she does come with a price tag of about $57,000. The district also says Sally runs in a closed AI system. That means that she doesn't browse the internet. She doesn't record students. The district says no student data is transmitted back to the manufacturer. Well, that all sounds reassuring. But when AI comes into the classroom, I think parents should be asking three things, Brian. Who has the data? How is it protected? And can those policies change?
I'm surprised they went ahead with the name Sally and didn't just go ahead and call it the T-9000 and let's just kickstart that Terminator series in real life.
Yeah, wait until the robot wars and all that silicone melts off. We'll see their true form.
That's what that is. It's like, and Siri, like people don't even know, Siri backwards is Iris. Oh, that's weird. I mean, when you heard Siri, did you not think that's a weird name? But unfortunately, because of all the stuff that's around us, we are numb to recognizing these patterns. But they do stuff, they name things forward and backwards all the time. It's like a common thing of the occult to like deceive you and blind you. But Iris is the messenger of the gods, the first one to deliver the message from the gods, which are the demons, by the way. The fallen angels are the gods, to you. You're the littles, they're the bigs. The medium, she's the first medium, is a witch. What is a medium? It's a witch, right? The medium is the go-between, the bigs and the littles. You're the little, they're the demons, are the bigs, because they were giants, they were the Nephilim. Okay, the medium's the in-between. That's why we have that word, medium, large, and small. So this is, I know this stuff seems silly, but at a certain point, you gotta be like, damn, that's like a lot. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta be like, okay, that's pretty weird when all of this stuff is pointing to the same thing. You know what I mean?
I've heard about scrying and the black mirrors and all that, but honestly, if we took our technology like a cell phone back in time to some like ancient witch, I bet we'd freak her out.
Yeah, or she'd start doom scrolling on TikTok.
Then I realized what it is. There's a man in back of this place. He's the one who's doing it.
Taco Bell's commercial depicted joining the secret group that serves them. In 2017, Taco Bell released a string of ads that many noticed depicted some very interesting imagery. In the commercial, they show two people scanning a dollar bill to gain access into a secret club. When they get inside, they show people walking around in cloaks and masks in a room full of strange symbols. The ad is basically showing people getting initiated into a secret group. Throughout the commercial, they constantly show very specific imagery, like in this other commercial where they depict one of the founding fathers doing this hand symbol on the wall. While the ad was meant to be a joke about online theories, no one seemed to understand what any of this had to do with selling tacos. But the one thing that stuck out to me from this commercial was when they said this.
And all these layers only cost $1. Something's not stacking up. Is the $1 stacker reserved for a secret society? Or just anyone with $1? The answer is yes.
I wonder what in the world they meant by that. Just like the others, the theme they chose just seems highly questionable. I just don't understand why companies find this as a useful marketing pitch.
Look at this video if you don't think something sus is going on. Like, literally just the bridge burned. Nothing around it. Nothing around it's burned. As if something just lit up the bridge part. It didn't even hit the tracks on land.
I will. Orange. Okay. This is off of Woodside and Old Fort Drive. For anyone that wants to know. I don't know house numbers because a lot of them are gone. This is on both sides of the street on Woodside.
This man was recording a massive plant fire out of Pasadena, Texas, when he captured something unexpectedly. Ray says he captured this in the middle of the blaze, and some viewers believe that this is a drone with some sort of new technology, possibly releasing what appears to be water. But others believe it's a laser. So what are we actually watching? New technology or something else?
Yeah, there was no way that was water.
Yeah, that drone could only carry like 1 gallon of water, so that would be like trying to put out a house fire with a little squirt bottle. Like, I don't think that's gonna do any good. But it makes you wonder if that really is a laser and they're like targeting locations with fires. Makes you wonder if maybe that's why all these wildfires we see, the house is all burnt up and the car is all burnt up, and then right next to it is a tree that's just perfectly fine, or some grass that's just perfectly fine. It's very suspicious.
If ever there was an argument that we do live amongst the fallen angels, then I suppose this would be it. Here we have Charlize Theron, and she's on the red carpet promoting the new movie Odyssey. They love the attention, they love to be idolized, they love to be worshipped, and here she is. She does seem to be struggling to hold her form. That she is kind of morphing somewhat into Sharon Stone, and she kind of switches between the two if you look really closely and you know what you're looking for, and if you believe in this stuff. Otherwise you could just say, well, they just look alike. The interesting thing about Charlize Theron is that there is a movie that she is in, a really good film actually, called The Old Guard, and specifically The Old Guard, but the second film. In that film, she struggles really badly to hold her form. Uma Thurman is the other character in this film. I've managed to catch a glimpse of it, and you can see that the Charlize Theron character looks a hell of a lot like the Uma Thurman character. She also very much looks like Angelina Jolie in some parts of this film. And if you go back to old photographs and old footage and you know what you're looking for, look how much Angelina and Charlize Theron look alike. It's uncanny. Now you could just say, well, of that time they were looking for girls who all had that similar look because of the success of Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie in French, of course, being a play on words for pretty angel. Is this the same fallen angel playing a different character? Certainly looks like it to me.
Watch this.
I'll switch your wife out and I'll put another one of your wife in her side of her body. And they're walking around and you think that's your wife and it's not your wife. This is what's going on. It's no longer, like I said, it's no longer spiritual. We figured out how to, turn into spirit and exchange the soul in order to control the vessel. So if I have the vessel and I'm just nothing but spirit, I can ruin your life. That's what everybody has been going through.
Look what I got for you. Got you a piece of banana. Yeah. There. I don't think he like bananas. See, he don't like bananas. Come here. Come here. Here. Come here. Eat. Want no banana? Want a banana? You don't want a banana? That's all I got. Here, try it. Try that. Here. Try it. You want a banana? Here. Try it. Try it. Just try it. Yeah. See, you ain't like the smell of it. It's great, ain't it? It's alright. You ain't like the smell. I know they do be kind of having a little smell to them. It's great, ain't it? Tell them folks you be eating. You be eating healthy. It's great, ain't it? You know how to speed up now.
Sherman's getting some healthy stuff.
Yeah, for a second there, I thought he wasn't going to take that banana because he'd spoiled his appetite for the past few months on Doritos and crap.
But that's it for the video, you guys.
Yeah, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Let's go ahead and like this video on your way out. Subscribe to Dolphin Dreamhouse. We love you, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.